All right. Uh, I'm not gonna spend too much time. This is probably gonna be one of the shorter streams. Yeah, I don't know. So I guess the point is, right? So today will be the 15th day, right? 2 weeks every day that I've been doing uh, um, exercise every day, right? It's nothing crazy, right? I'm not out here hitting the gym, anything like that, right? But I think that anybody who knows me and like gives a shit about my life, and like they know, right? Like I quit drinking, I went sober like 11 months ago, and I kind of started on this sort of self-cultivation journey, right? So it's not just about like physical health, right? Like it's about well-being, meaning, things like that, right? So it's been going really good. My life like has improved so much personally, like mood, ability, just I was never really like an incompetent person, but the things that I've been able to accomplish and achieve, right? Like to do consistently, things that are annoying, taxing, right? But still to sort of like excel and exceed with them. It's been kind of interesting, right, to see the different reactions from people in my life. One of the biggest things, right, that's come from all of this, right, this sort of like, because it didn't just start like 11 months ago, right, when I stopped drinking. Like, it's been since before that. Like, before I stopped drinking, I knew, right, like, I had a thing in my head where I was like, man, this is not going to get, like, what I'm doing, right, this whole thing, the way I've got it conceptualized in my head, it's not going to sort of, like, get me to any kind of, like a future that I'm in control of, right? And so, probably started, I don't know, like 2 years ago, right? And it's been really hard. I've had to do a lot of things. I haven't had, I've had a lot of, so like I live in this place like with my brother and stuff, right? And like it's so cool that I'm able to have had this opportunity, right? To get everything together, right? So that I can achieve this sort of like worthwhile goal that I feel is pretty worthwhile, which is to sort of be independent, right? Just to sort of be like, the things that I rely on to live, right, are basically under my control. Um, you know, uh, which there's a lot of compromise involved with having roommates, right? Which is fine, but it's only ever been a temporary thing for me, right? Just like a way to get me from the sort of like shiftless and pathetic worthless person that I was bred to be and encouraged to be in the place where I'm from, right? To be a responsible and independent person who's not constantly plagued by stress and worry and unhappiness, right? I didn't do that in any kind of like antisocial way, right? I didn't become like a criminal. I didn't cheat. I didn't do anything crazy, but I did capitalize on every opportunity that came my way, right? I didn't just I didn't just go, oh, I don't know, right? Like opportunities, not, and I didn't spend a lot of time, I don't know, wasting time. You know, I did a lot of things. I learned a lot of things, and so it's interesting, right? The reactions that I get from people about what I'm doing, and I guess leading up to like this thing, like I have an apartment now. If you hear those are the keys to my new apartment. Internet's not going to be installed until this coming Wednesday, so and I have that like remote job, and obviously I can't like just like live or like do my world without the internet. So but people have been very some people think it's cool, right? But a lot of people have a very negative opinion about it, which I find so interesting, right? Like, to me, when somebody has like a goal, then this is not a secret goal that I've had. I've like literally since I moved up here, right? My goal was to hopefully someday be able to not be a scum and live independently without, you know, worrying about, again, without being plagued by stress, right? And unhappiness and worry. You know, shit is natural in life. You sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're not, and sometimes you're worried, and sometimes you're not. But there's like a way that you can be in life where you're not just plagued by these things all of the time, right? And it's just like choices, just everyday choices that you make, right? And I have been doing that work. I've been making those choices. I've been paying attention, and I've been again, just capitalizing on those opportunities. And yet, you know, I feel like the people who you would normally expect to be like, man, that's so good, I'm so proud, right? I'm so proud, this is so cool, right? Are like devastated that I had this goal to be independent and did a bunch of hard work and then achieved it. It truly blows my mind. I'm just moving on, right? Just fucking keep it moving. But what I wanted to share today, really, like besides all of that, was this other thing that I've been doing as part of like my self-cultivation. This is something that I wanted to start doing earlier in the year, but I have, you know, like I've like ongoing like foot problems and stuff like that. So, but I did and especially like with this new work from home position, like I just got time to be doing this kind of stuff now, right? And so I'll move over to the desktop over here, and I'll kind of show you what I worked on here. Is I just kind of, with obviously like with AI, I don't like, I'm not a physiotherapist or whatever, right? Like I don't do none of this stuff, but I did want something that was going to be sort of like safe for me, because I got like high blood pressure stuff too, right? And so we'll be going over a little bit of that too. But you know, it's just like every day, right? What's a good amount, right, of just cardio. I want to get my heart rate up. I don't with this like work from home job, I'm not like on my feet all day like I used to be. So like I'm not really getting any like any forced movement throughout the day, right? So and I've been doing this for 4 months at this point. I feel like if I don't just start doing it now, then what's the point, right? So here we are, 2 weeks in. And so I wanted to set something that was like realistic, right? Like I'm not going to spend an hour every day working out. Fuck that. That's a lot of time. But I did want to do something that, you know, hopefully is going to like have an impact or whatever, right? So I figured out 20 minutes, you know, kind of like what we're aiming for with my heart rate. And then I've got this little routine, right? And like some of this is basically just like dance moves, right? It's like the warm up portion, 1 minute each of seated march, arm circles, and heel taps, right? And then I've got these five moves in this circuit, and I do this 3 times, right? So 45 seconds of air punches. You see all this stuff like seated and stuff like that. I was like, because of like my foot problems, I was like, I don't want to do like a bunch of shit that's like, oh, you gotta like stomp or whatever. But like, I didn't end up needing to do any of this shit seated except for the jumping jacks, which I think is just, I'm not here trying to fucking break the house down doing jumping jacks, right? So, so the seated jumping jacks, fine. But so the seated march, the arm circles, and the heel taps, right? And then going through this set of 5 moves 3 times, 45 seconds of air punches, 45 and then 15 seconds of rest, 45 seconds of step touches with the row, right? And these step touches, it's just heel taps. These are the same thing. Seated torso twists to overhead reach. I'll show you what I'm doing on this. I think so. It's not seated. First of all, I'm doing it standing up. And it feels pretty like strenuous, but we'll see more of that later. The supported wide squat, so this is sort of like sumo squats, right? We're like hands on the counter, the couch, just so I don't like fall over, because that was the other thing when I went to my doctor in like March. I was like, oh yeah, you know, your balance on your ankle on the left hand side or whatever. So I'm like, I'm not here trying to like fall over and break something, but I feel like my balance is a lot better since I've been doing this stuff. And then the seated jumping jacks, which I'm telling you, I am so gassed after doing these. And then the cool down time is like slow seated marching. I just kind of like stand up and do the marching motion with my legs, like, you know, kind of like at half time instead of like, you know. Anyway, and then deep breathing, which, I mean, I just kind of stand there and just like breathe and like concentrate and try to, you know, I mean, it works like if you sort of like picture calming things and try to calm yourself down, like it lowers your heart rate and it lowers your blood pressure. So, that's kind of what I do in addition, like with the deep breathing. There's this tracker like that is had all set up to like print it out to be like, oh, let's keep track and like what, because I kind of did it. I was like, oh, I'm trying to do it for like energy levels and take care of my feet. I'm good. None of this. I'm good. This is literally the only thing I look at every day is the different things. I do have like the reference, like if for some reason I'm like, what are they? I went in and I got all of these like, you know, video tutorials of like how to do the different things, and like if there's anything I need to know about doing them. The idea really is just get your heart rate up, right, for a certain amount of time. You want to like sweat, right, but you don't want to feel like completely gassed afterwards, right? And that's pretty much how it is. And I would say this last week it's been pretty obvious how much easier it's been getting for me to do. It wasn't it didn't like destroy me when I first did it, but I could feel it, right? Especially like with the arm circles and the rowing motions. My shoulders were just on fire like the first couple times I did it. I was just like, oh man, clearly needed, right? And then the other thing that I've been doing is I've been keeping track of my, oh wow, that's all zoomed in like that. Okay, as I've been keeping track of my blood pressure every day. Again, like I've said, I have these blood pressure issues. I'm on meds, right? But you know, I'm just kind of interested, especially now that I'm doing like this workout stuff. You see, I didn't start tracking the blood pressure until the 11th, but I started the exercising on the 8th. So, and, you know, just kind of like keeping an eye on it because, like, the doctor does not like this bottom number. Like, the top number, you can see it gets like regular, right? Like this, like 120 stuff before bed is all really good. 140 is probably like the highest that they like to see it. Maybe 125, that's nice. 123, that's nice, right? But like my bottom number is always in this like 80 to 90 range, which they are not happy about. They like it more like here, right? Like the 77. This is always crazy when I see this. I don't know. I don't know what's going on sometimes to make my blood pressure drop like that. But every once in a while it does. So I keep track of this. So we're going to go ahead and do my pre-workout blood pressure check. So let's put the cuff on, and then you get to hear the nice Chinese lady's voice. Very nice. Oh, that's not bad. I don't know what that heart rate is. The pulse rate. Yeah, this all seems regular for me, so time and good. All right, so that is my, we'll just call that make sure the table's set. All right. So let's see here. What's up with this desktop audio? I hope you guys can't hear that because there ain't nothing going on. That's just the fucking. It's probably just doubling up the background song. That's unfortunate. Okay. All right. So now and so basically all I do is I have that like sheet printed out, and I use the best alarm clock app that exists. It's called Alarm Clock Extreme, and just I don't know what, like, if you have to do subscription stuff now or whatever, but like when I did this, I don't know. I paid for it a long time ago, so I don't know. I just have it now, the pro version, and it's the best. It has all the features for all the alarms you would want. So I use a stopwatch, and I just basically just keep an eye on the stopwatch, and just, you know, I'm keeping it light, right? I'm not trying to like destroy myself or anything, but I think I'm just going to show what's going to be going on here. I got to turn the AC on and stuff. There's not going to be any mic or anything. And nobody wants to hear me grunting or anything. I'm going to have my earbuds in, listening to music. Because again, a lot of this is just like rhythm, right? Like you want to just keep going. And so a lot of it just is like dancing, right? So I always find something exciting to listen to. I've been listening to a lot of JPEG Mafia. I don't know. This is a lot of like good hype music. A lot of it is like extremely ignorant. It's hard to listen to. But yeah, what am I in the mood for today? This is gonna get stupid. I started to try to make like a workout mix, but like I don't want to listen to the same fucking songs every time. But then the shit that I listen to, it's very much like the same shit all the time. So I don't know what my problem is, honestly. Pull up my library. Yeah, we'll just do. Oh, God, pathetic. I don't know. That was good. Is that the one with Jimmy Swagger? Yeah, that wasn't that good. Aquarium Alien, though, that one did go pretty hard. I think it even I got all the way to Genesis on this one. All right. Yep, this is the one. We'll do this one again. That was a good one. All right. So once I switch screens here, you guys won't be able to hear me anymore, and I'm gonna put on random. You know what? Before I do that, I'm gonna go take a piss. Well, I'll be back. All right, so come have a look. Come join me. Come join me for a demonstration of a 20-minute cardio exercise. You get to see me go from bored to having a good time to being being over it in a 20-minute span. It's great. Here we go.
Adding up these various informations, we get a man of violent temper, suffering from fits of melancholia, who within the past year has been preoccupied with the thought of committing suicide. Adding up these various informations, we get a man of violent temper, suffering from fits of melancholia, who within the past year has been preoccupied with the thought of committing suicide. Adding up these various informations, we get a man of violent temper, suffering from fits of melancholia, who within the past year has been preoccupied with the thought of committing suicide.
Oh yeah. All right. So here we are back again, right? So 20-minute workout. I always take my blood pressure post workout. It's not necessarily at this point to even check my blood pressure, which that bottom number rarely goes over 90. But what it does is it gives me that pulse rate, right? And that's the thing. Hold on, move it over. All right, that's the thing that is the point of doing the cardio, right? Is you want to keep your pulse rate above a certain amount for a certain amount of time, right? yeah, and so this is pretty much it. This is like my little routine. How long I've been streaming? So 48 minutes. So we had like some preamble. So it must have been whatever, 25 minutes of preamble, and then we kind of like got going. And so, I never really do this in like the first thing in the morning. I don't know. I always kind of like assumed that would be like the best, right? Like, oh, just do it, first thing in the morning and, get like energized and going for the day. But I don't know. I'm pretty lazy in the morning. Takes my mind like a couple hours to even just sort of like get going, even when I have bothered to get up and like do the exercises in the morning. That really only happened like a couple of times. So, yeah, so I guess I just basically just wanted to share that, demonstrate, what I do, as far as just like, something that I've been doing pretty much like every day, like I said, for 2 weeks at this point, which is, the journaling every day was kind of like dipping a toe in the water, and that went really well. And so this is just kind of like a natural progression from that. Other things that I'm going to be needing to do every day as part of like my self-cultivation journey, I'm sure will get added as time goes on. But that's pretty much it. Now, I'm going to go take a shower and continue on with the rest of my day. Hope everybody has a really good rest of theirs. And yeah, I'll see you next time.